What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got another little quick review for you. Before I get into the knife, go ahead and throw the channel info out there. This is the channel you're watching, the Knight's Edge on YouTube. Really appreciate you guys if you like the video. Appreciate you more if you subscribe to the channel. Subscribe if you like the content, if you want more of it. Really helps me out a lot and kind of validates my little hobby project, whatever I got going on here. Also on Instagram, TikTok, email, all that contact information is down below. Probably the quickest way to get a hold of me would be like an Instagram DM or by email. So got that out of the way. This is the Kizer Roach. Mac Dignum design, Dignum design knife. Been out for a couple years now. I've probably had it at least a year or so, I would think. Been in my collection for quite a while. Never really considered getting rid of it. It's a pretty good knife. It's one of my favorite little smaller knives, and I realized I've never really done like a review of it or put it on the channel or anything. And it's a little bit of an older knife, been out for a while, but figured I would kind of share my thoughts with it, about it with y'all and see what you think about it. Really neat little blade here. You can, it's got multiple deployment methods. It actually comes with a flipper tab, which I'll show you how this works here in a second. I was going to put that back on there. I took that off whenever I got it because I kind of prefer it without the flipper, although the flipper does work good. I kind of like to just, you can slow roll it, thumb open it, or middle finger flick it. Pretty neat little knife. And especially for the price point, especially right now, they're doing a sale on these right now. I just actually found that out right before the video. I was pulling up the price, and Blade HQ is sold out, but they got them on the Kizer website. They're going for $45 right now. So pretty good little deal on this knife, I would say. It's actually a crazy deal for this knife. So before I get into the flipper tab and all that other good stuff, let me go ahead and get the specs out of the way. Full measurement on it here. So tip of the blade to the end of the handle, you're looking right at 7 1/8. Blade length, looking, if you go all the way up to here, you would be looking at 3 1/4. If you go to here, you're looking at 3 inches on blade length. And looking at cutting edge, I'd call that right at 2 3/4 cutting edge on that. Get the calipers out. Turn them on, make sure they're zeroed out. Zero them out. There we go. Alright, so not an especially thin knife, but it's got a really, really interesting grind on it. I kind of like the grind on it. So if you measure it thickest part of the spine, you're looking at 111 thousandths there. But if you measure it here, where it swedges down, 82 thousandths right there. So it's kind of, I guess you would call that it's a hollow grind from here, but it also goes there. So I guess maybe a compound grind. I'm not really an expert on that, but I would say that would be a compound grind because you've definitely got more than one receding bevel right there, kind of going down. So go ahead and look at the thickness behind the edge here. This is where, well, let me make sure I got that right. It's not the apex of the edge, but kind of where the sharpened part of it begins. 17 thousandths. That's pretty good. Not super duper ultra thin, but that's pretty thin, I would say. And thing that I always forget, let me check this. You're looking at under 1/2 inch for handle thickness, so that's not bad either way. Not too thin, not too thick on the handle. I would say the thickness of the handle is just right. Go ahead and get into the size comparisons here. Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and Spyderco Para 3. So more along the size, more closer to the size of the Para 3, although the Para 3 is a little bit longer overall. cutting edge. It kind of tops the Para 3 with cutting edge just by a hair, not much. So kind of see that that's like a, you know, some people it's a full size knife. To me, I would consider it more like a medium size knife. Not small by any means, but you know, not large. So that's the Doug Ritter Hogue RSK MK1 G10, and that is the Hogue Deca. So close to the size of the Hogue Deca. And lastly, Ontario Rat Model 1 and Ontario Rat Model 2. So close to the size of the Rat Model 2 for sure. All right, let's get the scale out here. Get a weight on this bad boy. 3.7 ounces. Oh, 3.8 ounces. Check it again. 3.8 ounces. And 3.8 ounces. 3.8 ounces, even with the flipper tab. So that's pretty insignificant whenever it comes to added weight, that flipper tab. All right, get out the blue jeans. See how it carries in the pocket. Kizer's deep carry clip, not bad. Better than Civivi's, I think, but it still kind of sticks up that little bit. You know, I don't find it sticks up as much as Civivi's. That might just be in my head, but I don't think it sticks up quite as much as Civivi's, where it's grabby like theirs is. But it does kind of stick out a little bit. So if you brush past something, you know, it kind of does want to, you know, grab if you're, you know, up in close quarters with something or whatever. Not really a major problem, but it's something to consider, be aware of. Screws are also flat-headed, right? So, you know, no issues there. That's a good thing. Glad they did that for sure. And we'll go into hardware check here. That'll give me a good opportunity to take this thing off. And so this is a T6, and captive pivot, which is a good thing. All right. Yeah. So, and I think that's a T8 on the pivot. Let me make sure. T8. And yeah, pivot's a T8, so that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I'm trying to remember if this has a quicker way to take it apart or not. Maybe not. I'll just go ahead and take the whole thing apart. Not gonna take too long, I don't think. So we'll go ahead and put the T8 on there. Disassemble this. Taking the pivot out. Swap to the T6. And I can definitely tell you this is probably one of my favorite Kizer knives. Is that spinning? Yeah, that's turning. Oh, that's no good. We gotta have another T6 to keep that from spinning. Let me see if I can get one out real quick here. I actually should have one. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to find my other set of Torx bits. Oh, I think I got it. It's a T6. We got the T6 in there. Yeah, it's a T6. All right. So, just trying to keep that from spinning on the other side. Normally, I got everything right here, right together. Of course, whenever I go to do a video, you know, everything's scattered out. So take that one out. I don't know why that's not starting to come out. It should be coming out. Take this one. That one's coming out. Try to keep all these where they go. Try to remember where they go. Basically just trying to get to that little tab right there. Alright, take that off. See what we got here. I did it whenever I bought the knife. It was one of the first things I did, actually. I didn't remember it being really that hard. It's probably not. I'm probably just making it harder than it kind of seems. It feels like it's taking forever. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't even looked at it. Yeah, I mean, it's not taking too long, I don't think. Alright, so taking this off. This is the handle scale. We're going to take off. Actually, we'll be better off taking off the other side. I didn't think about that. Should have thought about that before I started. Well, I guess you can't take apart the other side, right? Because that washer and that captive pivot like that. So, I'm just going to turn this. This should be coming out. Definitely unscrewed it. Don't know why that's not coming out. Thought it was just like stuck in there. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know why that one's not coming out. Huh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Should be coming out. I might have to leave that on there. Maybe once I take apart the other side, I can kind of figure out what the reason is that that's not coming out. Alright, take that one off. All this just to kind of get to the end of the blade is what you're pretty much doing. Alright, so take that apart. That's odd. Okay. So sliding this off of here. And while we got it apart, might as well wipe it down real quick. Kind of clean it off there a little bit. All right. So here's the blade. I'm going to go over it a little bit. Not really a detailed cleaning, just trying to get some of the trash and stuff out of there. Definitely used this thing heavily. All right, so this thing, if you can see that, has a little screw in it, like a little set screw. So what we're going to do is take that out, and I think that also is a T6, I believe. Yeah, it's a T6. All right, so take that set screw out. Put that on there like that. And well, it's wanting to grab. Well, this thing's sliding around. Still pretty oily. Oh, maybe if hold it like that. Maybe that'll do it. Well, it didn't. Yeah, that's crazy. Did it come from the other side? Maybe so. Well, yeah, I think I found the problem. Aside from me, I have to try to back that back out. But I think the screw goes in on the other side. It's been so long since I took that flipper tab off, I kind of forgot. It's going to end up being a longer video than I wanted it to be. But I guess that's alright. Hopefully it's alright if anybody's still watching. So flip it over. Alright, and this I think goes in here. Let me make sure of that. Yeah. I should have known that because that other side's recessed. Alright, so that's one reason I hate T6s. See, that one was already starting to strip out. But yeah, that's solid. That's on there. That's threaded. See, I should have known that, but if you look at it closely, well, it's hard to tell now that the screw's in there, but that's actually recessed, right? So the screw goes in from that side. Anyway, see if I can get this thing back together here in a reasonably timely manner. I'll go ahead and put just a little bit of, well, I got it apart. Put a little bit of KPL on there. All right. Put a little bit in here. Kind of over generous with this stuff. All right. Now, start putting this back on. All right, that's all together fairly secure. It's got a Where is my blue Loctite? Yes. That. Alright. Like that. I was going to put this as a review, but it's looking kind of like I'm going to put it as a disassembly video also, right? I was just trying to show off how that flipper, you can add and remove it. Which, I don't know, I'm only, what, 20 minutes in now? And I spent the first little bit talking about the knife and doing specs and everything. So not really too bad, you know, I mean, it's not, doesn't take that much time. Comparatively, you know, I mean, I think it's quicker than doing a flipper delete with a Dremel and then smoothing it out, you know, and then that's permanent, right? So I kind of like the option they give you. I always thought that was one of the neat little things about this knife. Oh, T8. It's one of the things I love about Devo knives. Well, the Devo knives I've handled anyway, all their hardware is T8. On the Pony Stout and on the Match 2.5 anyway. Haven't handled any other Devos. But there's a lot of knives that are like that. I really like that. Same thing all across the board. It's really good. Makes it a lot easier to disassemble and reassemble knives. Trying to speed through this and put it back together fairly quick. Like I said, I had to change the title to review / disassembly at this point. That locked in. That locked in. Locked in. Other side. Alright, got the body screws in. Alright. Now we'll put the clip back on. Tighten that down. Make sure that's snug. And I like how that's recessed too, where that clip goes in. That's a really good thing about it. Another really good thing about it. A lot of really neat little things about this knife, for sure. Alright, I think that's it. Put the KPL and all this stuff up. Put that thing up there. Oh yeah. Pretty locked in. Centered. And now, look at that. Got ourselves a flipper tab, right? Flipper knife. You can see the breakaway kind of right there, right? Pretty good action on this thing, especially after you put a little KPL on it. Flipper works great, no complaints there. This is a really good knife, I think, and it's definitely one of my favorite, especially one of my favorite under $100. I mean, I'd have to, this is at least in the top 5 of under $100 knives I've handled, I'd have to say, for sure. And right now, it's on sale. If you check the link I'm going to put in the description down below, if you made it this far in the video, which I really appreciate, right now it's on sale for $45 on Kizer's website. I don't know how long that sale's going to last or what. But yeah, Kizer Mini Roach, really good little knife. And also I didn't really talk about it, but I like the fact they give you a back spacer. That's awesome. Kind of helps keep trash, debris, lint, and stuff out of there. And this honeycomb kind of texture in G10 feels really good. I like that. I think it feels really nice. And with that flipper tab there, kind of, you know, you kind of feel locked in, choked up on it. Without it there, you do, you know, you can choke up on it just fine too. But, you know, really great, all around great little knife, I think. Liner lock. Good little knife. 154 cm. I don't know if I covered that or not. I don't think I did on the blade. So if you go get it right now on Kizer's website, you're getting a 154 cm awesome little knife with a neat little flipper delete feature, all for 45 bucks. You know, that's crazy to me. So yeah, but that's it. Kizer Mini Roach. Appreciate everybody watching, especially if you stuck with it through the whole thing. Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.